kind of want to like set up because I have like my little chair in the corner. I kind of like make that like my podcasting spot.
Dude, haven't we been telling you that for like a year and a half?
I don't know. Have you?
I thought so. To use your little chair corner.
Yeah.
But you were like, that'd be hard though, because of facing the opposite way.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless
lighting
like,
wise, but I guess we like
here.
typically record in the morning, so it's fine. But the lighting, I would have to just have like make sure the ring light is on at all times, so that I'm not just backlit.
Yeah,
because I would be backlit on that corner. But.
Oh,
that's true.
But if I have a strong enough light and it's like on, I think it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have curtains?
No, I don't know what to do. I need to like start doing something to my house because I'm like so tired of it. But money.
I know, it's so hard.
I'm just really not prioritizing it because,
because it doesn't matter until you're like, ugh, I want to change this. But like in normal everyday life,
I had to buy a Celine bag in Chicago because it was going out of stock.
I had to.
Yeah, priorities.
Okay, it was like a bag I've been coveting for like 10 years.
Coveting.
Okay.
And they like have a new creative director, so they're discontinuing all the bags. And I like looked at the new bags and they're cute, but like I'm gonna fuck the shit out of them. Like they are soft leather, and I am not good with soft leather. I like allowed myself one bag. My Gucci bag is soft leather, but the bag that I wanted is like this material that's like basically scratch proof.
Oh,
so yeah.
It's so funny how much the people that you surround yourself with influence you because like,
do you guys want a designer bag now?
Well, you're kind of making me feel like I should have one because you have so many and stuff, but I don't have any. But then like when it just depends on the people you're around, what you feel like you need to have to keep up with them or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel like that sometimes, like, oh, I should have it.
Yeah.
But not even like I want it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they're fully necessary, but it is really fun. Like the whole experience is always really fun. But you definitely want to like go and do it. Like, I mean, you could do it in Scottsdale because Scottsdale probably has like the
Fashion Square
super incredible experience. Like,
yeah,
they know how to do it up. Maybe when I'm there in September, we can go together.
When are you coming again?
I think we leave on the 16th, which is your birthday.
Yes.
With Joe.
You go home on the 16th?
No, we leave for Arizona on the 16th.
Okay,
so we're like driving all day.
Oh shit! So are we still recording on the 17th?
Good. Yeah. I mean, I'll be in Arizona on the 17th, so I'll just bring my stuff.
Yeah, and you could record together.
We could.
Yeah. What is this for?
You want to come to Desert Ridge? Or if you're going to buy a bag.
Desert Ridge or where you were last time?
I don't know. Where is it again? Desert Mountain? Desert Mountain.
Yeah. Two very different locations.
And then we can go in the pool.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it's going to be cold.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's going to be like 100 degrees.
It's going to be cold. It'll be like 95.
That's cold for a pool. I mean, we could get in the jacuzzi.
We live in different worlds.
Yeah, we do.
What? Are you going to be like cold, like just being outside? Or are you going to be cold?
Not if I'm in the sun.
Okay.
Like when I lived in Arizona, like 80, you're like cold.
In a swimsuit in the shade, yeah, I would be.
Sure.
And I wouldn't be getting in the water if it was 80, because the water's going to be freezing to me.
Crazy.
Wow.
Like your body really like adjusts.
Yeah.
What a different world.
Like people wear sweatshirts when it's 80.
Yeah, I will be in my swimsuit in the pool.
Ooh, maybe I could get like a cute cover up.
That would be so cute.
That's exciting.
What else was I gonna say? I had something else to say about Chicago.
You're back. Because when I'm back in
I know
Chicago.
that was in my head too.
I don't know.
Great story.
Oh, but I think that like just in terms of the bags, I feel like it's not necessarily something that like has to happen. I wasn't gonna like buy one. I like didn't go. I was like just window shopping. I was like having fine time window shopping. But like he was like, yeah, these are all getting discontinued. But because so many people love them and it's an iconic like Celine bag, he's like people are already reselling these for like double the price that they are.
Oh, wow. So it's an investment, really.
It's an investment that I will never like sell, but it's just a bag that I've like always wanted to. So
that's fun.
yeah.
I've just never really had an interest. Like my mom always liked purses. And like we'd always go in the purse section, but like I think I had one Michael Kors purse in high school, and then I had a Dooney and Burke purse.
I love Dooney and Burke.
I low-key like really
I kind of want to look for an old, like the white ones with the colorful,
with the rainbow colors.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like one of my friends has one here, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. Like I kind of want one.
Yeah,
like, why did I get rid of mine? And I know I only got rid of it like in high school. I'm like, why did I do that?
I know.
I've
gotten rid of shit too.
Rebecca Minkoff bags, because I think her bags are like really nice quality, and they have really cute shapes and designs.
My thing is I just don't take care of things. Like to me, I'm like, if it's $500, there's so much else I'd rather buy $500 worth of clothes or like.
Yeah, and I use the same purse. Like I use my Free People bag. I just throw that on. Like I'm not like, oh, what matches my outfit or whatever. Yeah. But if my group of friends were all having designer bags and stuff, then I would need them too, you know?
Yeah.
That's the only reason I had them in high school is because all the girls had the Michael Kors or like Coach or whatever.
And like I used it as my backpack like senior year.
Oh, I have a Michael Kors backpack.
Oh, that's cute.
It is cute. I mean, I don't use it, but it's in my closet.
Remember when it was like only cool to like wear one strap of your backpack? Like you don't have on both straps.
Yeah. We didn't do that at my school.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I did find this like cunty jacket. It is so good.
In Chicago?
Revolve. No. Oh. But like I've been wanting a fur jacket. Like a nice like long like full like you know the whole vibe. And all of the ones I found were like $400 to like $2,000.
Is it fake fur?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But why is it so expensive when it's fake fur?
I don't know. Well, probably because it's like the vibe of it all. I don't know, honestly. But I think I was served a Revolve ad of this coat, and it was $200 off. And I was like, "This is so incredible!" And then I just like had to get it.
That's exciting.
You don't feel like a
very excited for the Aspen vibes this year. You
need like a fur hat thing that matches.
I love those little fur hats.
I do have a fur hat from Free People movement.
And your little long braids.
Yes.
Or just like the long blonde curls.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a dark brown, but it can go with black. Like I can wear black with it, it looks good, or I could wear like a lot of other colors. So I think that with like my red like Gucci bag.
That's super cute.
Oh my god, yes.
Like a whole different person.
What did you say, Dev? You said you don't feel like a what?
I said ski chalet princess.
Oh, I love that.
Love that.
Yes. That's me. I will answer. Should I get a tiara?
You need to do the video.
The furry hat.
Wait, a furry hat. You should do the video with your fur coat on.
What
and
video?
A bikini. The one skiing down the mountain.
Oh my god, yes.
Laptop.
That's iconic.
You need to stay at like one of the ski out resorts so that you can just like do a video.
Yeah. I like this idea.
Definitely need to. When does it snow? Like when does it start?
Usually like October. Okay. But like in Denver, it doesn't really get that cold in October. There's definitely going to be like a cold snap at some point in Denver, but in the mountains, it's like I think a lot of the mountains are scheduled to open like not a lot, like 2 or 3 are set to open mid-October this year.
That's not bad.
So soon.
I think it's supposed to be a better ski year than it was last year. Last year, like we didn't even ski until December.
Really?
Versus the year before we started skiing like October.
Cause it wasn't enough snow. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, it was something with like to do with like the oceans and like the weather on the oceans. I think this could all be fully made up too. So, but I'm pretty sure
like it's just hotter every year for sure.
It's called like El Nino and El La Nina.
Oh yeah,
like I think
did we have that last year?
The hurricane.
It was one or the other or something, and I think that tends to impact the snowfall?
Usually if we have El Nino, it's a lot more rainy in Phoenix. So maybe we didn't
wasn't
have
that
it.
only one?
It happens every few years or something.
Yeah, I don't know the exact
an El
cycle.
Nino year or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
I'm
I
not a
thought that was just
meteorologist.
what they named the hurricane, like how they name hurricanes different
Well, it's
names.
like a weather pattern or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
A climate pattern that causes the ocean surface in the central and eastern tropical Pacific to warm above average. That's El Nino. But then it it says El Nino and La Nina are climate patterns in the Pacific Ocean that can affect weather worldwide. Okay, so I wasn't full of shit. That's right.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. But each one, El Nino makes it warmer. And for me, it makes it warmer. For the East Coast, Midwest, it makes it drier. And for Devon and the southern states, it's wetter.
Wow.
And then,
so we're both right.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Slay, I just got paid for my Instagram reel that I haven't even turned in yet. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to get this before Italy. Oh my god.
I just got a Hasbro casting for UGC if you want me to put you in for it.
Yeah, I'd be like, she already did this shit.
Yeah. And then for La Nina, it's colder and it's drier for you, Dev. And it's wetter for you, Maggie. And wetter.
Oh, that's very interesting. I really thought it was like one hurricane.
Do we have any of those this year?
I don't know. Let's see what this year is.
Devin, I was laughing at you posting your door open. And I was just thinking about somebody just then breaking in immediately because you just posted door open.
My screen door is locked.
That is good. That's what I need is we were just saying that because we have a screen door, but it's not locked at all. It's just open.
Yeah.
So there's a 66% chance of La Nina emerging between September and November 2024. Ew. And a 74% chance of it continuing through 2024 and 2025.
Oh, I don't want her.
Why? I like her.
She makes it dry.
Does that mean fires for you? Did we talk about how there was a fucking fire that was next to Joe's parents' place when Devin was here? When me and Devin were in Arizona? You didn't act like it was a big deal, Dev, but I was like, oh my god, there was a fire. Was it huge? They couldn't contain it?
I didn't know much about it, honestly.
They didn't really contain it until the next day. So that was
That's scary. I just put up my little sticker thing that's I have 2 dogs. Please rescue them if there's a fire.
Oh yeah.
I have
Are there a lot of fires in Washington?
There's a lot when there's heat things, and then there's big forest fires that they can't contain. But this summer there hasn't been that many. I don't want to jinx it, but it wasn't as bad as last year at all. But I just get scared my house will catch on fire randomly.
I know. I asked all of those things in insurance. It's so funny when you get older and you start to just have more life experiences. You're like, okay, what happens if my house burns down? How much money do I get? What happens?
I know.
I started asking.
It's definitely not enough, right?
So what I learned from my insurance, at least, I get the value of, was it the house or the land?
It's the house. Cameron just told me this the other day.
Yes, it's the value of the house. So my house is 600,000, so I get 500,000. Because then the land, I guess, is 100,000. So.
No, because I was like, oh, we'll get 420,000. He says, no, it's only for the house, not our land. Yeah. I was like, what the hell? That's so weird. But then think about even just your makeup alone, your purses, everything is a lot of money. It adds up.
You should be able to include your things in your insurance too.
But I wonder if you have to
oh yeah, I guess you would have to literally list. Because I pay for insurance for my bracelet, so if my bracelet was caught on fire,
yeah,
I think I would get that. But I don't have any of my other stuff insured.
Yeah, what about your couch? It'd be so sad. But yeah, I never. When I leave the house, I never leave the dryer running.
Me either.
Super scared about candles.
That's why I love those candle warmers. I just think they're the best.
I'm still afraid
I
of
should get
them
one.
catching on fire or something.
In a candle warmer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I unplug my little appliances and stuff.
100%.
Just like my biggest fear.
It
Like when you
helps
leave
so
the
much.
house?
What?
Like when you leave the house, you unplug your appliances?
Yeah.
Like all of them?
No, like
Not like the fridge.
my little oven and stuff.
Okay.
I do that even like when I'm home.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, like a toaster or whatever. Like I wouldn't leave just a toaster plugged in.
I leave my
But I'm very scared. But it helps a lot having just one story. Like I'm less scared of a fire living in a 1-story house because then I feel like I could get out. Where like before our bedroom was upstairs and I was like so terrified imagining us all having to jump out the window.
Yeah.
That's so hard with the dog.
Yeah, like I picture, oh my God, we like discuss it so many times. Cameron's like, oh, we'd wrap the sheet around Sadie, you'd lower her down. Like,
Oh my God.
You know, I think that they like really need to do an adult version of like fire safety. Because do you remember, did you guys like go in those
Yeah.
like the fake fire and then they like taught you how to like
absolutely not.
we had this like I forgot what it's called, safety school? I don't know. But either way, we went
Like
in
at
with,
school.
like, I think it was actually a separate program that I did.
Oh.
But because I think I went to the like police station and we did this.
Honestly, sounds like something that you would do.
But-
you probably flew your plane there.
They had this like trailer that they were able to like make a mock fire in. And so we like were put in a room and then we like had to like crawl out, like simulating the fire.
Kind of sounds familiar,
Oh.
actually.
I feel like I've seen that in movies.
We had like a lot of different like practice things. So we like knew what to do like when the time came. But I'm like, that was 25 years ago. I would like a refresher on like all of the things.
For sure.
I remember in elementary school, every year we would do a school bus evacuation drill. Like we'd all have to leave our class and literally we'd just sit in the bus and then we'd each take turns jumping out the back. Like it was so stupid.
What?
Yeah.
But it was like, oh,
I
bus
feel like
evacuation
it was like a twice
day.
a year thing. Yeah.
Like just a little reminder if the bus catches on fire, like this is what you do or something. I don't know.
I fully remember that.
Dumb.
And we did like stop, drop, and roll drills. You know, did I ever tell you guys there's these two girls that were like on the train like in Denver, in the airport, and they were like joking about like, oh my God, what if there was like a shooter right now? And like they were like joking about just like so lightly about like what they would do and all this stuff, and I was like,
out loud.
That's so
around everyone.
I was like, that is so fucked that is kind of seemingly normal to you guys. Like they probably
they were
do a
drunk.
drill. No, they were like 14 maybe or longer.
So desensitized.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, they're so desensitized to like all these drills because they probably have like a armed shooter drill like once a month.
Oh yeah.
We had real shooters or people with knives outside like several times in high school where we had to lock down.
What the fuck?
It's terrifying. I remember one time I was like in biology. I think the guy just had a knife, but we like didn't know what was happening, and it was like so scary. It's like you would just want to text your parents and be like, "We're in lockdown. I love you."
One year in high school, we had a bomb threat.
Do you think that that's just like a kid trying to get out of school? That's happened to us several times.
Because I knew about the bomb threat. And so I didn't go to school that day. Like I knew that it was going to happen. Like I don't know how I knew about it, but like we heard that there's I don't know, weird. But everybody was evacuated to the football field and like it was just a big wasted day and I was just at home in my bed just like not going.
That's crazy. That's what's weird about lockdowns. Like we would all walk out and then like line up outside, but you're like still in the school. Like in what situation would that help? I don't know what that's
fire
for.
drills, we would walk outside.
Fire drills, we'd walk out and line up.
But wouldn't you still leave
they
campus?
Would, like, close the windows and lock the doors. Unless there was a bomb threat, then you got to get out of the building.
So wild.
You know.
Terrifying. We would have on the last day of school, a fire truck would come and just spray the water hose, and we would have water day.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
In elementary school, not high school.
Oh, they're like, okay, seniors, come on.
That's really funny.
Well, welcome back to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. I'm Maggie.
I'm Devon.
I'm Brittany. And I have a feeling this is going to be another ADD episode. But we'll try and keep it on track for dog mom, becoming a dog mom.
Yeah, we decided before you got on that we should just do that one.
Oh, okay.
Feels less
Your mic
serious.
sounds a little weird. Does that?
It
does.
Mine does?
Yeah. It sounds
maybe
like
you're just
it's
holding
not
it the wrong way,
connected.
kind of.
Hello?
Pull it away and talk.
Hello? Oh, you know what? I wasn't talking into this. This is probably better.
Oh, yes. There you go.
Damn it.
That's
sorry.
okay. It just happened for like that brief last moment, and I was like, oh,
I'll make sure I keep it right here. I think I was holding it like this and then moving it, so.
Yeah. Now it's so loud. I'm going to lower it.
Oh, I'll lower. I turned it up because I thought I was too quiet, but I turned it back down to the normal volume level.
Perf.
Sounds good. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about becoming a dog owner, how we knew we were ready, guilt around dog parenting, and all the dog mom stuff. How did you guys know you were ready?
Mine was like a sign from the universe.
Really?
Yeah, I've already told this story, but like I
don't remember it.
Kind of wanting a corgi, but I didn't know. Like I wanted to buy a house first and move out and then get a dog. But my friend was at the mall and she saw a puppy corgi in a mall puppy shop, which is depressing and sad. But she just sent me a video of it and I was just like, oh my God, I want a corgi so bad. I wouldn't buy a puppy mill corgi, but I really want a corgi. It just like sparked a flame inside of me. And so I went to Willow's breeder's website and she happened to have 3 females available. And so I applied that same night. Then I messaged her on Monday and then she called me Monday and told me that I could have the last pick of the litter.
And was she already born or the mom was still pregnant? Okay.
She was like 8 weeks old already.
Oh, whoa.
So it was like very crazy. Like I just happened to check the website. Yeah. And then she's like, okay, yeah, you can come pick her up on Thursday. You just need to send me an initial deposit, which was $1,000. And then, 3 days later, I was picking her up. Like it was very kismet, honestly.
Why was she not selling them earlier? That's kind of interesting. Like, I wonder if that is probably like a better breeder thing to wait until she knows like their personality a little bit more.
Yeah.
Rather than like I picked out Finley based on one photo and he was 1 day old.
Oh, yeah. She definitely waits longer.
Our breeder did it based on the personality test. And she like posts the personality test, which is so cute.
Do you still have that?
I could find it, yeah.
Oh my God, I want to see Rosie's.
Oh my God, she was so cute. She was Miss Pink. And I was like, I want the pink one, but I'll take whatever is the best fit.
Finley was boy AA.
Boy AA. That's really funny. But it's kind of cool because they do something. They like pop open an umbrella. They like do a bunch of different tests just to see how they react to stuff. They like,
that's cool.
They like move around like a mop, I think. They like, try and make it come to you. Petting it, rolling it on its back, I think is another one. But then they like match it up based on like what you said you wanted in a dog.
That is so cute. Side ADHD note. There's a new documentary on Netflix that is so cute about like dogs and the way that they think. Oh my God, I need to find the title of it.
Is
it was so cute.
The service dog one?
Yeah, it's like dog. It's like oh fuck, let me look at it.
The talking dogs or no?
Like where they make them fake talk?
No, like the buttons.
No, but they do mention that.
I didn't realize they just had that, like
the hidden light. No. Inside the mind of a dog, maybe.
Is it where they're like seeing if dogs can be trained for service animals or whatever?
Yeah, inside the mind of a dog.
Okay, yeah. We put that on at my mom's house one weekend, and it was so cute, but I didn't keep watching it.
It's so cute. Like, dogs are just so smart. It's so insane. And, like, it's so sad when the little service dogs fail. And then they just, like, it's so sad. But then it's happy because they just get to go back typically to, like, the person who raised them for the first year.
There was this show, I think it was on HBO Max, but it's just, like, this cute, cozy, comforting show about this dog adoption company in England, and like every episode people come and they match them with the perfect dog, and I can't remember what it was called, but I loved that show. I wonder if there are more seasons. I need to find it because that was
so cool.
Such a cute show, except every once in a while they'd show people bringing their dog to give them away, and that was very upsetting.
Did they like blur their face?
No.
Damn, called out.
I know.
That's crazy.
I think it is very, like, I don't know, noble or brave or what the right word is, but if somebody really can't take care of the dog and give it its best life and everything, I think it is important to, like, not like reward them, but just like acknowledge that, because I think I don't really know. I have not seen that many people, but I definitely think, like, there's probably, if someone posted publicly, hey, I gave my dog away, they'd be like, you're a horrible person. Blah, blah. Like, you don't know that, but also, like, that's better for the dog's life if they go to somebody that wants them and can take care of them properly and give them, like, the best home in life that they possibly can.
For sure. Like, being on dog Instagram totally changed my mindset on that, because I was always, like, really judged those people, like, a lot. But then I've, like, had friends and stuff who've had to do it for different reasons, or, like, they have 3 dogs or 4 dogs and, like, one isn't getting along, and then they put them in a home by themselves and they're so much happier. Like, I think it's only bad if I feel like dropping off at the shelter, like, obviously when people drop them off on the side of the road and things like that, that's horrible.
Well, my breeder, I think I got really lucky with my breeder. I'll, like, talk about kind of how I found them and, like, how I knew I was ready for a dog. But my breeder, like, regularly shares, like, please know that you can always bring your dogs back. It's in her contract. I'm sure so many people don't follow the contracts, but she's like, she just did a post, like, a couple weeks ago of, like, just a reminder, like, if at any point in time, like, it's not working out for you, like, please bring it back. I will gladly take it with, like, open arms to find a new home or just keep it, like. And I think that's really important too. Like, that's
in our contract too.
I think that's, like, the number one thing with finding a good breeder. Like, our breeder's not even good, but I would say she does that at least.
I think I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but Willow is microchipped to her breeder. So.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Were you going to change that?
I might ask at her next vet appointment or something, but
I think you have to do it, like, on AKC.
Yeah, you could just go online. Or like whatever the microchip, like our microchip, the breeder put in, but it's under, it's not through the AKC. It's like a different website that I don't recall right now.
Mine, like, my breeder, like, organized it through AKC. So she's, like, registered through there. But I think, like, I had been thinking about a dog for a really long time, and I definitely think I don't know why I didn't end up getting a dog, but it's so good that I didn't get one before. But I think being with Joe, like, having 2 people was huge, and us moving into, like, the condo I bought in Chicago was huge too. And feeling ready, because I think we were, like, in the condo for, like, a year, or at least, like, 6 months, and then we started talking about, like, finding a dog and finding a breeder and everything. And then I just felt, like, more ready for it. Like, I knew that I could, like, handle it with my schedule, with Joe's schedule. But I think, like, maybe that's ultimately why, like, I was deterred, because I was like, with my schedule, like, I can't take care of a puppy, like, properly. Like, that would be so hard.
Yeah.
So
was Joe, like, always on the same page as you?
Yeah, I think we were, like, he definitely hesitated a little bit, like, when we first started talking about it, like, but when we actually found a breeder and everything, we were, like, on the same page, and that was really important too, I think. And we were, like, on the same page with the breed of dog too, because we were kind of, like, going back and forth with the different types of breeds. And because I grew up with German Shepherds, I was, like, very strongly considering a German Shepherd, but I would not have done well with a German Shepherd, I don't think.
I could see you having one, like, looks wise, like walking around with one.
I could definitely have one, like, probably later in my life, but right now, like, I would not. I don't know how, but my dad, like, maybe it's his personality or something, but he, like, his dogs are, like, they are working dogs without him, like, putting them in a bunch of programs or anything. They just, like, want to be they want him to be the master. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how to
my dad
it.
is. Maybe it's also like a alpha male masculine thing.
Yeah. Somehow, like, all of his German Shepherds, like, they look to him, they obey him, they, like, love, like, doing things to make him happy kind of thing. And cool. I feel like they're always kind of, like, in a working mindset when he has them. But, like, my sister adopted the German Shepherd, and, like, I don't know. Like, maybe it's just lack of training or, like, anything like that. But my dad ended up taking my sister's dog because she, like, couldn't handle it. And my dad's like, this is, like, the best dog ever. And I'm like, that's so exciting because, you know, I think he's just much more happy because he, like, has a routine. Maybe my dad likes to do routines a lot. So that's really helpful.
That's cool. Yeah, my dad grew up with German Shepherds too. Well, he had one. Loved them.
But yeah, I think that was, like, kind of, we just knew we were ready with, like, the scheduling and everything.
That's interesting that you feel like later in life that you would get a harder dog almost, because I feel like I think about when I'm older, like, I probably want, like, a little dog or, like, a Cavalier or something that I could, like, take with me and be, like, easier.
Yeah, I love that it's easier with small dogs. Like, I wish Willow was a little bit smaller. Like, I wanted her to be huge. Like, I want her to be bigger. But traveling with a dog, like, if I could just throw it in a carrier and take it.
And then I saw like this new chart that was, I don't even know, it's probably not accurate, but it was like about dog ages of like how they had the dog years thing of 7 years is 1 year, but this was like updated chart of what is actual, and it's like a lot based on how much they weigh, because like bigger dogs live shorter and smaller dogs live longer. And Finley's like, he's in his 50 pounds and Sadie's in her 40 pounds, and 50 pounds was like slightly older, and I was like, no, I'm gonna make you lose weight now.
That's so crazy. Yeah, we got Rosie on like a better routine and diet, and I feel like she lost like 7 pounds like really easily.
That's so cool.
So I don't know. I also think one thing I didn't think about though, like, I knew I'd have to budget for like food and stuff and vets, but I definitely did not think through like how much money to have in like reserves and emergency funds for a dog.
Definitely.
And I wish I would have done a better job of that and anticipating that a little bit more. And trainers, how much trainers cost.
I was going to say, I think that it's good if you're hesitant to get a dog. Like how you were saying that Joe was hesitant. Like that means that you're actually considering it and you're doing the research and making sure like you're making the right decision. And I think anytime you make a big decision like this, you're going to be hesitant. But I think that's a great sign rather than people who are just like, I want a dog, I'm going to get one for Christmas, you know, like.
Yeah.
And like fostering or like pet sitting someone else's dog so you could just get a like hint of what it would be like, I think is also good.
That's a really good idea, Maggie.
Because I think a lot of people don't grow up with dogs and then they like want a dog and just have like literally no idea. Or even I didn't know, like I didn't take care of my dogs.
No,
like,
I was going to say that. I do not think that owning a dog unless you like are really, really responsible as a kid, I don't think that gives you enough like understanding of what it takes to take care of a dog, because we had dogs my entire life and I only like put together feeding a dog, watering a dog, and like walking a dog. I think
that also comes with the time of like it's more like these days there's just so much more to do for dogs, enrichments and puzzles and all these things that like my parents didn't know about that stuff. Like
none of my parents' dogs had trainers or went to doggy daycare or, you know, anything like that.
Yeah, we did like the Petco class, which is what I did with Finley first too, because I was like, this is what we did with my dogs at home.
I think those classes are just like a fun activity to do with your dog.
Yeah.
Willow was like so much smarter than all the other dogs though. And I literally have videos, you know how when you first got there, you would all sit in chairs with your dogs in a circle or whatever. Willow was so bored. She would just be laying in the middle of the floor on her back.
That's so
while all the
cute.
other dogs are like, you know.
Wait, that's so iconic.
It was so fun. Like, I miss training almost. Like, I was thinking about, should we do a different activity or something? Because it's okay, so fun to have like a weeknight where you just go do that. And it's like, I don't know, it's like kind of fun and
that's
bonding.
actually a good point. I feel like I could, but I feel like for me to make it like less overwhelming, just like working on one thing at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could really work on come again because this bitch just looks at me and it's like, what did you just say? Like,
I know.
why am I gonna come to you? Like, you're stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that is a huge thing with getting a dog is like finding what type of training you want to do or what trainer you want to use from the beginning. So then like you can stick with whatever things that you learn of like my worst thing was always, and I still am bad at it sometimes, of just repeating the command multiple times. Or like down, get down. Like, or with come especially, it's like you just want to tell them to come like a million times, but that makes it lose its
That's why I have an emergency come word.
What is it? Isn't it something weird?
Target.
That's so funny. So
Love
you just
that.
use come regularly and then you say target if
we're at the park and she's like getting too far away from me or like somebody's walking up the trail or whatever.
I feel like Willow's really trained.
She's very food driven, and she's very smart, so she knows like if she doesn't think I'm gonna give her a treat, she's like, nah.
Yeah, that's how it is.
I do think like another thing that I would have liked to be more prepared for is just like the puppy phases and like all the things that come with a puppy, like potty training, like accidents in the house, like routine, like having a routine, having like structure, patience, and I don't know. I think that people try and prepare you for it, or maybe I just didn't do enough research, but I definitely think I could have been better prepared for the puppy phases.
I have a YouTube video that's like the 8 big mistakes that I made with the puppy. But I feel like my biggest mistake that I made was I would put pee pads right outside the back door because I was lazy and I didn't want to like take her out to the grass or the rocks or whatever. And now Willow always pees on the patio and poops on the patio. And I'm like, if I would have just taught her to go in the rocks, then and that's not so been lazy and just like setting her right outside the door. And it also just took her so much longer to be potty trained because I don't know.
I know. That was one thing with potty training. I didn't realize like you're supposed to just like stay in one place and let them go to the bathroom. I was like always walking her and I was annoyed that she wouldn't go to the bathroom until she felt like it.
Yeah, I was so impatient. I'd wait like 1 minute and be like, I guess she doesn't have to go. And then I'd take her inside and she'd pee.
Or it's always the worst when you like just go outside and you just come back in and then they take a shit. Or it's like sick.
Yeah. Oh, but I miss the puppy phase.
I do like a lot. Like, but I know that I don't want another dog. But like, I think I do want to foster now because I'm like, that would be so fun to just have another dog.
I also think the separation anxiety, I could have been way better about training for that.
Yeah. I feel like Willow's got worse as she got older.
Yeah. I feel like there's definitely things. I just would love to like be able to like Joe going outside like causes Rosie to have like a absolute fit.
Really?
Like, he's like working outside and she can like see him. Or like just knows he's outside, or like if he's working in the garage, she's like beside herself. She's like, "Oh my god, like where is he? What is he doing?"
Does that make you feel upset?
Yeah,
because lately
I'm like, I'm right here, a little bitch. Like,
I think for the past year, Willow doesn't sleep in my bed. Like I'll put her on my bed and then I'll start falling asleep, and then she'll go down her stairs and sleep in random places in my room, and it makes me feel like, am I not doing enough for her? Like, does she not?
No, she's probably just
me
hot.
She's probably like, it's
the fan's on.
You didn't wash your sheets soon enough.
She's like, these are dirty. I can't sleep here.
so I'm gonna go to my dirty ass bed.
That's a good one. That's so funny. Cameron was just saying like a few nights ago that I think he's just getting more fed up with them both being in our bed, but it is his fault because I wanted to crate train, and the very first night he let Finley out of the crate after like whining for 5 minutes, and I was like, we can't let him out. If we let him out now, he's gonna be in bed with us. And I think it is, especially in the winter, it's like a huge problem because there's just so much literal dirt that gets in our bed, and like every night it's like wiping off dirt.
Do you not
that's
get
gross.
so annoyed at all the dog hair in your face?
No, I don't think like they shed, but not like crazy, and it's like comfy. I like laying on them.
Yeah, like Willow used to come up to the pillow next to me and curl up, and like now she doesn't do that. I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
Finley would prefer to sleep outside of the room, but I need the door closed. Like I need my bedroom door closed or I cannot sleep. So he hates that. Like he loves laying on his back against the wall outside of our bedroom. He's currently doing that.
Also, I have the fear that Willow's gonna like go get into some shit.
Yeah,
in the middle of the night, so that's why I have to lock her in my room.
I'm just gonna go eat cat shit. Oh
yeah, for real.
Go get myself a little snack.
Yeah, same. But mine was also like fate with Finley because I feel like I was just waiting my whole life to be an adult so that I could get my own dog, literally. Mm-hmm. And then we moved in June. Yeah, we moved in June 2019, and then we got him in October, but he was born in August. So we had like 2 free months. And Cameron didn't work like the first 2 months, and I was on summer before my last year of college started. So we were like just chilling, like exploring Oregon, everything. And then he started work, and then I was like so lonely and just like in our apartment and like had no friends whatsoever, didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And it was sad. And I was like, now's the time that we got to get our dog. But it's funny because it was just Finn's birthday. So I was like going through our old text messages and like my screenshots at that time and stuff. And there was a litter born right before him that we were supposed to pick from. And we had like second to last pick or third to last or something. And there was another dog, like it was a male Aussie that looks almost similar to him. But I was like, no, like this isn't it. And I'm like, why? I don't know why I felt that way, but I literally passed on it. And I was like, no, this isn't him.
That's
and
interesting.
Then the next litter came and like I saw him and I was like, this is definitely him. And there was like 3 options.
I feel like we did that too. Like there's one litter that was like either ready to be born or whatever. And there was like 2 dogs left. And because it was like my friend's dog's like breeder. And I like trusted my friend, although I didn't like do any research to like know what was right.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is too soon. Like we have a trip coming up or whatever it was. I forgot what prevented us from like doing it. But then she recommended my breeder. And I think one of the one criteria that I was like looking for is like, do they crate train them? Because like my friend's dog was like crate trained when she got her. And so that's how I was like, you're a good breeder.
I know. So that's so funny.
But then my breeder like does all like the showing and testing and all that stuff and like is really public and like is always giving updates on the dog. She's like, just took this dog to get like heart checked or whatever and like is very public about it all. And she had a new litter like that she was gonna like mate the dogs. And then so it was like more planned. So we put a deposit down in January. And then that was like all fate because then quarantine happened.
Yeah.
And then Rosie was born and then 2 months later it was still quarantine.
That is so crazy.
And so you're still hanging out.
Yeah, the breeder thing is really weird because our breeder does all the health testing. She does show dogs or working dogs. Like they all have some type of titles and whatnot. But I think it's just like maybe she got too carried away almost where it was just increasing more and more and more. Like more dogs all at a time, faster between litters. Like where I think it just became too much. Like now she does cats, she does golden retrievers also. And I feel like it's just like even though she does the testing and like things that make a good breeder, she takes dogs back, all those things. Like I feel like there's also a lot that makes it like not as good. And low-key when I see the puppies now, I'm like, you're not as cute. Like something looks a little
Really?
off.
Yeah, that's how I was with Willow's breeder. I was like, I need a corgi that looks like a corgi because there are some corgis. Some of them have too long of legs. Some of them are just like, you can tell when a corgi kind of doesn't look like a show corgi. And so I knew Willow's breeder had beautiful corgis, and I think that's a good sign that they're breeding ethically when they look like the breed standard. Yeah.
Well, I feel like with Aussies, like the mini Aussies are such a popular thing where I genuinely think some people think that that's just like they had to be bred with a smaller dog to get that.
Yeah.
Like they can't
and some of them, their eyes and stuff look really wonky.
Yeah, not to be judgmental, but like I just love a good
every dog
standard
needs love,
Aussie.
But yeah.
But do you think that like your breeder would like remove dogs from the program or whatever, like if they weren't right?
Now I'm not sure. Like now I think no, but I think at the time, yeah, and it's just gotten progressively worse. And even at the time, which was really sketchy, I think this was the worst part that I didn't know. She wouldn't let us meet the parents.
Oh.
And I think that is like pretty sketchy. Like I was like, I just want to meet his mom. Like
I know.
And then when they gave the dogs away, like when the parents got too old, because both of their parents are like retired now or whatever, they went to homes, and I like wanted the information of the people to be able to talk to them or like maybe meet up with them or something, and she said like she couldn't give out the information, which like I kind of get, but also like want the basics.
I do think Willow's breeder is getting better and better at it.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Like
I
all
feel
of
like
her posts are like show dogs, like new champion or like taking them and like, you know, like.
That's so cute. And there's not like a shit ton of them.
I don't see anything about puppies.
Our breeder has, I mean, I don't know if this is a bad sign. I don't think it is, because she like has a process for each dog, you know, of like when she retires them. But she like has done like a couple dogs at a time, like pregnant dogs.
Can you see this?
Oh, some.
That is so fucking cute.
That is so cute.
That is so cute.
The caption says best mom ever.
See, like that's all I wanted to see. Like I was like, I just want to see their mom. Wait, so you met their moms?
Yeah.
Willow's mom is so ugly.
What?
And I think that this is why her breeder has improved and gotten better, because Willow was born out of like a collaborative breeding.
Like not her
so
own.
it wasn't
like
both of her dogs. Yeah. But the Willow's mom did come from her breeding, and so yeah, they collaborated, but her mom, her eyes are like black going down her whole face.
Oh, she doesn't have the cute eyeliner.
No, her her mom is not cute at all.
She's been crying.
I just love how many like updates she does. She like gives so many like check-ins of like where the puppies are at, like how big they are, what milestones they're doing.
Yeah.
She does like puppy culture too, which another thing I didn't realize was important, but like puppy culture is really helpful. So they follow like each week they do something, they like introduce something different. Like she like puts them outside and like her husband like mows the lawn, or they like she takes them to like a coffee shop and like has everyone like hold the puppies and like touches them and stuff.
Yeah, I think ours did that too. And she lives like on a farm, so it's like really big, and there's like horses and stuff that they're exposed to. And like when Sadie came home, well, first of all, we always knew we wanted a second dog, so it was just kind of like when. And then one of our friends, who her dog is from the same breeder, sent a picture of Sadie the day she was born when the breeder posted her, and was like, this dog is like exactly what you guys are looking for now. And I was like, oh my god, like she was, because we wanted a really light colored one, and she was like so light colored and like so cute. And I showed Cameron, and he was like, yes, like we're getting her. And I was kind of like, are we ready though? Because Finley was 7 months old, and I was like, this, like he was in the depths of his demon stage.
Yeah.
And I was so like, crazy. I don't know. And he was like, no, let's do it. And it was March 8th she was born. So I don't know what day COVID, like, when we found out about it in March, but it was like right at that time. Like, I think we decided before we found out about like quarantine and stuff.
Yeah.
I think sometimes the universe tells you when you're ready, because with a big decision like that, it is so hard to actually like feel like you're completely ready.
Yeah.
Sometimes and they just like look for the signs.
Yeah, literally like the signs. And they've helped each other so much. Like, she came home and immediately knew how to go through the doggy door, like, from the breeder. But then just every training thing she learned so much faster than Finley did, because she would just watch him and then immediately do it. Like, for everything. Oh, cool. For potty training was so fast. Even just teaching her like how to high five or something, she'd see Finn do it and then be like, oh, and like try to just offer her paw and stuff. So I feel like she was just so much like quicker at it. And our breeder suggested getting a girl after him because he's so like carefree. Like, he's not really like keep in charge of anything. He's more submissive. And she was like, a girl will definitely be more like dominating.
Is she?
Is dominating.
Is Sadie more dominating? Dominant?
She is dominant. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. I think she is, but he makes her think that she is. Like, she'll herd him in the backyard and be like, get away from this. But like, I think at the end of the day, he knows that he's like actually in charge.
Does she herd him away from a lot of things? Like, is that an issue that you have? Because that's like why I don't think I can get another dog with Willow.
No, like in a way that it helps. Like, if he's going to like do something, like go to the side of our house and he's not allowed on the side of our house, she literally barks at him.
Okay, that's like, how Willow is with the cats.
That's
like
so cool.
When they're scratching on the furniture or whatever, she knows they're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, like Sadie will do that. Like, if he's scratching at the rug, she'll like bark at him.
That's what my dad's German Shepherd did. Like, when Rosie and him were swimming, like Rosie would go too deep and then like he would like take her and like pull her back in. Like,
oh my
gosh, get her in. And then like
so cute.
On my sister's land, like she has, I don't know how much land, but like the dogs would like go out too far and like his dog would just come and like bring everybody in.
That is so cute.
Or if like the dogs were kind of like getting too rowdy, he would like go up to them and like kind of nip their neck and be like, stop it. And they would listen.
That is so cute. In that documentary, a lot of it was about like communication with dogs and like how many words they know, and how like as time goes on, we just learn a lot more about the way that they communicate and what they're actually thinking and stuff. And I think it said like the average dog knows like 30 words or something, and then like the smartest dog knows like 160 words or something like that. But we just like, Finley is so much smarter than Sadie when it comes to like knowing English. Like, if we tell her to go get a toy or something, she's literally like, what? Like, I have no idea what you're saying. And then we have to tell Finn to go get a toy for her, and then he like goes and gets one for her and brings it back. It's so cute. But like, I feel like he literally speaks English. Like, I could tell him anything and he understands.
Sometimes I think Rosie does, and then I say something and like she just doesn't do it. And I don't know if it's because she's being selective hearing. Selective hearing.
Yeah.
Like, get your hedgie. And she'll like go get her hedgehog.
That's so cute.
Willow's so stubborn, so like I don't know how much she actually understands and just chooses not to listen to.
For sure.
I'm sure quite a lot.
Definitely. Did you guys get insurance right away, or did you wait, or what did you do for that?
I think I got it right away.
I think I waited a little bit. Like, not on purpose, just didn't really know.
Well, I think that's like a huge benefit now of getting a dog, is like people back in the day just like didn't know. Like, my sister's dogs are like 10 and 13 or 10 and 14 or something. And it's like, back then it just wasn't really a thing. And then you try to get it when they're 7 years old and it's so expensive.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's such a good thing to get right away.
It's so crazy though. Like, even the people that have had insurance for forever, like their increases are astronomical.
Yeah.
It's just as they get older, it gets more expensive for some reason. I mean, it makes sense. That's how human insurance is too.
I know. Joe's was more expensive than mine. I'm like, better keep it up.
Yeah. I'm like trying to decide if we should switch over to the like all-inclusive insurance
Oh,
versus
yeah.
it just covering accidents and emergencies. I'm not sure if it's worth it because it's like the vet, like when they go for all their shots, it's like $300-$400.
My vet office had like lifetime vaccines. So when Willow was a puppy, I bought their lifetime vaccine package, and it was like
what?
$300 or something. Yeah, so every time she gets vaccines for free.
Stop. Wait,
Yeah,
that
really
is
nice.
so cool.
Yeah.
I really like
That's
doing
like
the
incredible.
titrating.
What is that?
I think it's called. It's where you get their blood tested to see if they actually need a vaccine.
What is that, like teeters? What is it called?
Titers.
But how much is the blood test?
Yeah, it's more expensive, but if they don't need it. The only reason I'm like kind of cautious about it is because one girl's dog that I saw on Instagram like got overdosed on like vaccines.
Oh.
How much was it? It was $110.
That's not bad.
And then did Rosie not need
distemper and parvo? No, she didn't need it.
Oh.
I think you can only do it for distemper and parvo, but she didn't need it, so.
Huh. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. She had like, and I get it done every year. Or like if the last time it was like low or something, then we would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hard part about being a dog parent and probably a real parent as well, as like not knowing 100% what is right ever or knowing what you should be doing. Like Aussies have a huge thing with one of their genes that can get passed down. Like not everyone has it, but a lot of them have it, where like certain drugs can cause them like to have neurological effects and seizures and stuff.
Oh wow.
And we haven't tested them for it because it's like $400 to get them tested to figure out if they even have the gene.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like it's like a lot of flea and tick medicines that it can be bad.
Oh.
So then it's like trying to decide, is it like what is better? Like should you protect them more for the flea and ticks versus if they have that gene and it could be bad.
Yeah.
I also think too, another thing that's important is like if you don't feel comfortable like with your vet, like it's okay to get a different vet or like second opinions and stuff.
When you guys go to the vet, do you see the same person every time?
No.
We've seen like 2 different people here, but we saw the same person in Chicago.
That's what I don't like. Like, I feel like every single time it's a different person.
Yeah.
And I wish I could just go to the same person.
And you have no choice. I mean, I guess, yeah, maybe you could request, but.
Like, I feel like that would just help so much if they knew. Obviously,
in Chicago, I would request a specific doctor because the first person we went to was kind of like dismissive of the things I was like concerned about. And then the new one was like, just took much more time with Rosie and like answered questions and stuff.
Interesting.
There's this veterinary company called Modern Animal. Have you guys heard of it?
Oh yeah, we've worked with them.
They're opening one in the Phoenix area, I think at the end of the year. And
Is it like the really cute vet office?
Yeah, it's very cute. They kind of do veterinary services different, and they let you stay with your dog during tests. Like you can come back for their x-rays and whatever. You can stay with them the whole time.
Oh, I love that.
But I think I definitely want to try it out when they open.
Do you want to work
here?
with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they might follow me.
Well, that would be great.
I think I looked them up to see if they were near me because I saw somebody post about them and it was like such a cute office.
Yeah, they're definitely expanding. I think they started in California. And then I know they have opened a bunch in Austin.
Who was it? Did Melanie work with them?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's where I saw it then.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, COVID was the worst of not being able to go in whatsoever. I hated that. Like, Sadie was like freaking 9 weeks old. It's like, oh, that was horrible. Oh, that's another bad thing about a breeder. We were allowed, Finley was 7 weeks and Sadie was 6 weeks.
No way.
Yeah,
what?
Not good.
That's so young.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She was so tiny.
I do like that some I know it's like you're like, oh, I want the puppy at the puppy stage, but there are quite a few breeders now that offer like kind of like a jumpstart program or whatever. So then they keep them for like an extra 2 weeks and do like extra training and
I think that is smart.
desensitization and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it, like with training, is about you getting trained of how to train them. Like, and that's a huge thing that I didn't, like, I thought, oh, we'll just go to PetSmart for 6 weeks and then be done. Like, I really didn't understand how much like boundaries and sticking with routines and consistency is like so important.
I also think it's good to try different styles of training because like I thought that Rosie needed more like corrections and stuff, but she doesn't actually do well with them. Like, and I'm sad that I didn't realize that sooner, but she doesn't like it. She shuts down. Like, she's so much better.
What do you mean by corrections?
Like e-collar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Willow, those things scare. I mean, I've never used an e-collar for Willow, but I used to use like loud noises, and now she's afraid of loud noises. Like, that is not helpful. That doesn't help you have a bond with them.
Some dogs are great with it though. Like, some dogs really thrive with e-collars. They thrive with like beeping, buzzing, whatever. Yeah. And so I think it's good to really like get an understanding of like what your dog responds to best. Yeah. And even like breed, like, you know, their breed and breed personality. Like, a lot of Goldens just want to like make you happy and do things for you. So like, I wish I would have just like figured that out sooner with Rosie, because it would have saved us a lot of like issues, I think.
Yeah, like Finley's like Willow, where he's very just treat motivated and will listen based on treats, but like Sadie doesn't really care as much. So like if she's on a hike or something, I mean, they're both pretty good. They don't go like too much in front of us, and they go ahead and then they like come right back, and then they go ahead and they come right back.
Yeah.
But I feel like Sadie could maybe respond well to like beeping or something if she was far away, because she doesn't care about treats as much, but we've never tried any collar.
Well, like Rosie does so good with like praise. Like, she obviously loves treats and will do anything for treats, but like you being like, good girl, like getting excited, like she's like, give me more of that. I'm like mother, like daughter.
The better the bond you have with your dog and the connection your dog feels with you, the more likely they want to come back to you as well. So like, I can definitely tell when there are times when I'm kind of like neglecting Willow a little bit, or like we're not doing as much or whatever. She doesn't really want to listen to me as much.
It's so true. Or like, I used to be bad at, like, say, I thought about this yesterday because Finley's been freaking eating poop in our yard and I'm so disgusted with it. But like, if he is eating the poop, say, and I call him and he comes, and then I'm like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, then he doesn't want to come to you.
That's not right, because I should be rewarding him for coming back to me and stopping eating the poop rather than...
Oh my God,
like, I was really bad at that, and I've gotten better, but I'm still not the greatest.
Weird question. With your dogs on Darwin's, do their poops basically disintegrate in the yard? Like,
yes, like I don't really clean them up.
That's cool.
I was like, Joe, is there like a lot of dog poop? And he's like, no. And it's
like it goes away. Like, it's so freaky. It turns into like ash. Like, it turns white gray and then it disappears.
Has been doing that too, and I thought that it's not white when it comes out, but it starts turning to like white. Ashy. And I was wondering if that was bad, because I heard that back in the day dogs had white poop all the time because they were getting too much or too little of something.
There is like Rosie has had like poops where like it's too dry and then like it is kind of coming out like a chalkiness, but then like we fixed a few things and it was like fine. But
the
like where it would come out white,
it would come out like there's like it was kind of chalky. I don't know if it's necessarily white, but it was like chalky.
Interesting.
Like, it wasn't like,
I feel like there isn't chalky necessarily. It's just like smaller. Like, it's not.
Well, now hers is not like that. Honestly, Viva's food has been like the best.
That's good. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I kind of want to switch foods, but it's hard.
It is really hard, especially when you're just getting it.
Yeah.
But
try being an influencer for it.
I'm glad that
Cameron's really annoyed with Darwin's though, because like I keep like there's just too much. Like, they keep just sending every 2 weeks, you know, and we just have like our whole walk-in freezer is full. Our freezer in the garage is full, and like
having two dogs.
Well, like, I know I just need to change the quantity or just tell her to, like, pause a few times, but I keep being like, oh, but, like, what if I stop getting it for free? Or, like, what if I try to switch? I'm like, I want to build up.
But I was like, I can't keep this food in here anymore. I have to get rid of it.
Yeah, like, and then I don't want it to go bad. I mean, I think it lasts, like, a while, but, like, at the bottom of our freezer is, like, really old because I keep just putting it on top.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. I understand the pain.
Yeah,
I just feel like a lot more free just like paying for our food. It would be nice.
Honestly, yeah.
It would be nice to get it comped, but like if that never happens, I'll be okay, I think. But
it is true. Like, it does feel
I just feel like
free.
way more in control of it because we were just feeding like duck before, which was fine. She loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like paying for Willow's food. I think I'm gonna pause Spot and Tango and try a different brand because like now I can. I don't know, maybe just for dogs, or I kind of want to try all of the different fresh foods and see which one is the best.
We should try the what's this new one called? Let me look it up.
It's also just really like my mom switched our dogs at home to Farmer's Dog, and like my oldest one, Zane, it's actually so wild, the transformation. Like, he was really overweight. His like joints and everything are not great, and like he's a different dog. Like, when I go home now, he's so skinny.
Wow.
Like, he can get up, he's running around, he's like jumping up and down. Like, it's really crazy, the difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like, that's so cool. So I don't know, I do want to try like different things and see what is best.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe how much Willow's poops changed because literally every other day I'd have to rinse her butt off because she had like diarrhea from Stella and Chewy's.
Sucks.
And now I haven't had that problem.
Yeah, that's really good. Finley still gets diarrhea sometimes, but not like. I don't think it's about his food. I feel like it's more like when he gets more treats in the day or like eats something else random.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or get stressed out.
Yeah, honestly. He's like me. He gets nervous diarrhea.
Yeah.
I hate that. Funny. I can't remember the name of it. It's another like J food.
All that's coming to mind is just for dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it's also hard with like supplements and everything of like knowing, like I get a lot of guilt sometimes of knowing what is best, and then I also feel like I get guilt of like I feel like I was just a way better dog mom a few years ago, and I don't know why like why I've slacked off, but like I used to just do way more.
Yeah, it's hard. I, especially in the summer, just feel really guilty, and Willow's really good at making me feel guilty because she will literally just like whine at me all the time.
But it's like you can't, like she will burn.
Well, she wants me to play with her in the house. And she wants me to be actively engaged in our playtime.
Oh, yeah. Finley needs eye contact. Like, he can't. Like, if I'm playing with him while watching TV, he'll whine because he's like, you're not giving me 100% of your attention.
Or like, if I'm throwing her ball and then I pick up my phone and then throw the ball, she's like, no.
Uh-huh. It does, like, it's such a good practice, though. Like, I feel like that is so good of being present in the moment. And, like Kylie, I'm trying to say her last name right because I always say it wrong.
Caddage.
I think that's maybe the correct way. Caddage. They have a rule with her baby where they never have their phones out while
I love that.
they're with the baby. And I feel like that's such a good thing because that is so true. Like, she was like, you'd never take your phone out if you're like at lunch with a friend. And like, that is very true. Like, I don't just take out my phone.
It's so hard
if you're chilling with your friends, you do take your phone out.
I get bored playing with Willow, you know? Like,
I know. What if you, like, if it's a podcast or something on? Oh, that is so sad.
She doesn't get bored playing with you.
I know. I try, but yeah, it's like all day I don't want to be doing it. And then it makes me feel like a bad dog parent. And then I'm like, well, she's a working dog. Like, I should be taking her to like different activities and like taking her on adventures and stuff. And so I start feeling guilty about that stuff too.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't get a lot of guilt with like leaving them. Like, if we go do something at night or something, I don't get a lot of guilt of like, oh, they're alone. But I just get guilt of overall not giving them as good of a life as I want to or something. Even though like I know they're so happy and genuinely like they're just so happy if you give them full attention. It's not like you need to be taking all these road trips and taking them to all these different states. Like they don't give a fuck where they are.
You know what probably could help my stress levels decrease as well is like probably playing with Rosie more.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is like whenever I'm doing those things, my mental health is improved as well. Like when I would take them on a walk every single morning, that helps me a lot.
I would probably rather play with Rosie than like sit down and do 10 minutes of breath work.
For sure.
I have like this app that reminds me every day at 8 a.m. I think I need to change it,
but then that was my problem when I would get too involved in the dogs and then not do things like that for myself, because I'd be like, I'd rather take 10 minutes to play with them.
But for it, say it does reduce my stress and I'm like noticing it reducing my stress levels, like that's worth it though, versus taking 10 minutes and doing like a guided breath work thing.
Totally. And you're killing two birds with one stone. Yeah. You're like relieving your stress and you're playing with Rosie.
This is a huge breakthrough. I am very excited.
I love that. I know. I'm like, I'm going to take him on a walk after this. Do you think that, like, I think maybe a lot of the, like, any guilt of having two dogs helps because then they, like, have each other? Like, do you feel like more like, oh, if I'm not playing with them, then they're, like, alone rather? Or no, because they wouldn't enjoy having another dog?
I think with Rosie, like, first, we're being very critical of ourselves, like me and Joe are, of like if we can actually take care of two dogs. We're like, do we have the capacity to take care of two dogs? Do we want to take care of two dogs? We like really want another one, but we're like being like very honest with ourselves of like, what does this look like if we have two dogs? Like, because we want to do things differently, obviously. So like, how do we make that happen? So I think that's a big thing, but I think so that's kind of like what prevents us from getting another dog more than like Rosie being happy. But she gets like the witching hour every night and like just barks and like wants to play. And I know like whenever she's at daycare, she just like has the best time of her life because she's like
she goes to daycare
or whatever, like boarding, not daycare.
Yeah.
She just like has the best time and like she's tired. Like today, like she's on like day 3 of post daycare, like boarding, and she's still wiped out. Like she's still very tired. So I don't know. I think it could be fun.
I think Willow would be a disaster if I got a second dog because I think mostly what scares me is her food resource guarding issues and like just her like herding instincts of like needing to, anytime I yell at one of the cats, she goes after them. So if I yelled at a dog, like and then if both dogs got into it, like.
Yeah, that would be really scary. Like if you just get a second dog and they don't get along and there's a lot of fighting and then you gotta rehome and everything, like that's a lot.
I do think it's good to crate them. Like I've seen those different things about like different dogs, like, and you don't know what happens when you're not home.
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah, I would definitely crate both of them. Or
whenever like I have a house sitter, I'm like, or whenever someone's watching Willow, I'm like, they don't leave two dogs together when you leave. Like
I saw a TikTok about that the other day that a dog died because they left these two dogs together. But like, we leave our dogs out every single time we leave the house.
Well, you trust them, right? Like, would they've fight
never
to
fought
the death?
ever?
Yeah.
No, they've never fought.
That's
like Willow
whatsoever. Would. But like that is scary to think about. But I think they're happier. Like they literally like snuggle. Like I think they're happier together than they would be apart.
Crazy though, like you were saying about the resource guarding. I was so nervous about it for the first time, like that Rosie went to a new breed boarder, and she like doesn't have issues with like toys at the boarder's house. Which like
I wonder because like it's not her house. Like
she she like used to have a lot of problems with toys, and now I don't like. I'm always watching when there's like other dogs in our house, but I'm not like pick every dog toy up and like do not have them out anymore. Like
I miss her. I want to throw her a little carrot.
I know. She's really funny with Joe's golf balls. Like when Joe's like practicing putting, if he like rolls it to her, she like chucks it like that. She like moves it, like,
I'd be scared of mine swallowing a golf ball, honestly. I feel like they would just be like, whoop.
I have the biggest little like fears of like
Everything.
I'm so afraid that like a grape's gonna slip out of my fridge and roll into Willow's bowl.
Same,
you know, like
out of your fridge.
Same.
It's gonna grow legs.
No, and then I was also thinking like it's scary when I take her to the park and just let her off leash, because remember that time she found chocolate cake?
Mm-hmm.
What if someone dropped a grape and she ate it and I didn't even know?
That's like everything. Yeah, there's this like Aussie that I loved on Instagram, and it died because there was like rat poisoning on a trash can that it sniffed at the park. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Like,
See,
so I never let
terrified.
them sniff trash cans. Like,
I used
This
to
is why I
intentionally
don't
feed
do.
our dog grapes, our family dog grapes, before I knew.
Are you kidding?
No. I was like,
And it was
she
fine.
loved them. And yeah, she never had like any
that's
issues.
what, like, I didn't know until these dogs. Like, I did not know that growing up. Like, I feel like my dogs definitely probably would have a grape or two if it fell on the floor.
Yeah.
I would like cut them and give them to her.
But
and then our like family friend came over and was like, you can't give those to your dog. And I was like,
oh wow.
I even have like intrusive thoughts that when I'm eating grapes, I'm gonna like forget and give her one, you know?
Dude,
like it's so stupid.
Same.
But these little fears are stopping me from doing things with her though. Like I don't want to take her to a dog park, even though she loves running around with dogs at dog parks, because I'm afraid of an attack or something. I'm afraid to take her to the park and just let her off leash because I don't want her to find rat poisoning. Like I'm afraid of taking her to lakes and stuff because of that green algae shit or whatever. Like
and that is a lot by us. Like literally we look up every single time we go anywhere like how the water is, because it, especially in late summer, it's like basically every lake has it. It's
oh my God,
so terrifying.
That's so scary.
But I wonder how much like that all has to do with the internet now. Like I wonder if our parents just weren't as scared because you weren't constantly hearing all these stories about dogs dying in different crazy ways.
I think so.
Which I feel like is going to be really, like, I'm really scared of that for having kids, because I feel like there's the same thing with a million different ways a kid could get hurt.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But you really have just no control over any of those things, so you can only...
I know, and it's like you need to let them have fun and live their life.
Yeah. But it's
I
hard.
agree.
It's scary. Like I don't like taking her hiking because what if there's a rattlesnake and she
You could do the rattlesnake training. One of my friends did that, the one who found Sadie.
What is that?
It's like they get real rattlesnakes, I think, and they like teach them, they put them in like cages, I think, and like show them the sound, and they use fake snakes too, and like teach them whenever they see a snake to run away back to the owner. And like bark, I think. Yeah, I don't know. She lives in California, so I don't know if it's like...
No, I'm pretty sure they have them in Arizona. I feel like there's different types of techniques of doing it too. I don't know.
Like especially with rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
Or like scorpions.
Yeah.
Oh, my brother's little wiener dog got stung by a scorpion, and it was so sad. Like in his house. It was so sad.
That is crazy.
I remember whenever I used to see scorpions, I would like freak out and like grab the cats or the dog. Like, don't.
Dude, scorpions are terrifying.
I don't have them in this house, but my mom's old house had them all the time.
I don't think I ever had them in my house.
Do you have like a pest control thing that you do?
I used to, but I didn't really see any benefit from it because I don't really have
You don't
pests.
get like ants or anything?
Not in my house, no.
My sister has like pest people that come out like every month.
Yeah,
we do every other month.
I wonder if I actually need it. I don't think I do, but
I currently don't really have a problem. But
do you do it like preventatively, Mags?
There's a lot of spiders here, so there will be, like, in my makeup drawer the other day there was a freaking spider. I was terrified.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't think they're like poisonous spiders or like...
Are they helpful spiders?
Probably, but I don't want them in my house. That's so freaky to me, especially sleeping. That's like one of my biggest fears. I don't like it. But yeah, I was also gonna say, with getting a second dog, I think a lot of people get a second dog because they're like, oh, it'll play with my first dog and keep it like entertained, but that isn't really the case. Like they just both want you to play with them. Like
I feel like that's very rare too. Like your dogs are not necessarily going to be best friends.
Yeah.
I think after like bringing my friends' dogs and like having Rosie interact with different dogs, it is kind of cool to see the ones that she's able to kind of coexist with and play with. Like my friend Erica, like her and her dog's name is Stu, like Rosie and Stu, they like play really fun and then they like just chill. They both like lay down and like ignore each other. And
Stu
then they
is like such a cute name.
I know. He's a boxer too. So
oh my god,
wonky eyes.
That's like such a boxer name. That's so cute.
But yeah, they like just play so well together, and then they like are able to chill and like basically ignore each other and then like play again. And so I kind of love that. Like that's really cool to me that she doesn't have to just be like on 24/7 with him.
Yeah, that's
my
cool.
sister's dog Coda and Willow coexist together really well, especially because Coda is very passive and Willow's very aggressive. Like, and Coda's a poodle, so she's
it's so funny that like
very fucking
so much
smart.
bigger though.
Oh, I know. Willow grew up playing with big dogs, so she's not very. She like will roll over small dogs, like she will just like pummel them, and you know, like she tackles them. But Coda is like afraid of Willow, and she knows in certain instances, like she'll remember. Like one time, Willow went after her in the backseat of a car, and so anytime they're in the car together, Coda is like leaning as far away from her as possible. Like, I don't trust you. But
that's so funny.
Whenever I take Willow over to my mom's house, Coda wants to play with her, and Willow does not want to play with her. She
That's so funny.
She wants to play with me. And so like the other night we were in the backyard and Willow wanted me to chase her. So I was chasing Willow and Coda thought that we were playing with her. So she was running around too. And I was like, little does she know, Willow doesn't care about Coda.
Really funny.
So it's kind of annoying.
Did you get the purple crate for Willow?
Purple?
There's
Oh,
a brand
the
purple?
car one? No.
Oh.
I just don't see myself putting her in the back in a crate. I don't know.
I really need to. That's another thing. Like, if I was going to buy a $500 purse, like, I should get the freaking crate. Like,
there's this one brand that does sell dog car seats that go in the car. They're really expensive though. And they were going to send me one for free, but they had all of these requirements for me. And I was like
posting requirements?
Yeah. And then I was like, I don't usually do gifted things, and I just want to make sure that I don't need to have any content approved through you before posting. And they're like, yeah, actually we need that to have it approved before you post it. And I was like, no, then like I'd rather just buy it for myself.
Is that like crash tested, that kind?
Yeah. And it has a stroller. You could get a stroller with it, so it pops out of the car into the stroller.
Is it like too small for my dogs?
Is it that
Probably.
like Lalo like brand?
I don't know what it's called.
It's like a baby brand, and then they made a.
Stop. That's really
I think
cute.
it's called. No, let me check.
That's really cute.
Okay, I don't think it's Lalo.
And like, I want it. I want to get it, but now it's Tavo.
Yes,
Tavo.
Tavo. Yes, I know exactly Tavo because they have a baby brand.
Oh, okay.
That's so fucking cute.
Really
I didn't realize
cute.
that they have like a car seat that you can put. Oh my god.
Yeah, and like I want it, but when I buy it, I'm going to promote it, and I'm like annoyed at them because they.
Well, when did they reach out? Was that like when they first launched? Because they weren't really doing anything when they first launched.
It was earlier this year. It was after my car accident, actually, and I was like, "Oh, this would be fucking perfect."
Wait, stop!
Tavo.
I'm like obsessed with this.
I know. I want one. I think it would be perfect for Willow, but
oh my god!
Elevate Aaron's amplified. What's the stand? Like it literally just stands up.
I guess that's like the
base with stability leg,
so that if you get in an accident, it stays or something.
Oh,
wait,
Evan,
let's reach out to them again. I need you to have this. It's so cute.
I can give you their contact or whatever, but
wait, it's literally like
it like literally looks like a baby stroller.
It's and I even sent them my shipping, the color and the size that I wanted and everything, and then they
oh my god, they have so many colors too. What color would you get?
I picked the fawn color.
Is that the tan?
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god, it's too cute.
I love it.
I want this for Rosie. Do you think they
I don't think Rosie would fit in it.
Medium rigid. How big is it?
Looks pretty
I
tiny.
asked for medium rigid for my dog, so.
Okay, wait. 31. Oh, up to 30 pounds.
Oh, not
Or was
gonna
he's about 20 over.
Not gonna happen.
No, she definitely would not fit, I don't think. 26. 11.
And then,
Well-
like, if Willow gets to the point where she's old and needs to be in a stroller, you know, you could just, like, how baby car seats pop into a stroller.
Yes. So cute. Oh my God, think about, like, you like, rolling up to your brother's house and be like, hey guys, just
My baby.
let me get this stroller. Let me get the car seat out.
I have, like, a
I know what you
fancier
guys are
stroller
going
than them.
through. What?
That's so
I have a fancier stroller than them.
Yeah.
Pablo's like a really nice baby brand too.
Hey, that's so funny. You pop out your stroller and it's like way nicer. That's really funny. But yeah, I think with the 2-dog thing that I'm lucky that they got along, and I think getting them close together in age helped with that. But I didn't know that litter mate syndrome can happen even when they're not litter mates. Like it can happen by getting them close in age, and I was unaware of that. But I don't think they have that.
I feel like when I get new, like, you know, 50 years away from now, when I don't have Willow,
70 years.
I feel like I would want to get 2 puppies together close in age, because then you would know that they would have a bond.
But I don't know if that like would necessarily guarantee it, but I feel like it does help.
If I have a kid at that point too, maybe it would be nice that my 2 dogs kind of more relied on each other than me.
Yeah, my point of view is like I want to only have 1 dog at that point.
Oh,
So you're gonna kill one of your dogs?
Have...
No, afterward.
Oh, when you have kids,
In
you only want to have 1
years.
dog.
Yeah, well, obviously, like we'll have them while we have kids a little bit, but then like
Yeah.
when my kids are older. Do you guys think about that? Like of how old you'll be at different points? Like I was 21 when I got Finley, and so I'm like, oh, when I'm 31, he'll be 10, and that's really crazy.
That is crazy. I don't really think about that.
I don't really think about that either.
But I try to be more like that girl whose Ozzy died, Ellen in the Pack. Is so sad. But she just got a new puppy, and
What
she's
did
talking
she?
about
How did it die?
cancer, like random cancer, and it was only 8. And she was saying like she spent so much time worrying about her dying one day, or thinking like those reels where it's like you only get 15 summers, and she's like, I only got 8. Like you need to just appreciate it more in the moment rather than like worrying about it so much. But obviously that's hard to do.
Yeah,
I agree. There's somebody that just had a baby and then they also just got a puppy, and I was like, you guys are nuts.
Oh my God, when people do that, like that is so crazy.
My friend did that. She got a puppy right before she had a baby.
I think right before, but like maybe they end up being like 4 months or something before the baby's born.
That's still
But
like
I know.
I don't know. Like I'm picturing taking it to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Oh, also my dogs now randomly every freaking morning at like 3-4 a.m. they need to go to the bathroom. And like now I think it's a routine.
I know.
Oh,
What do I need
no.
to do? Just like not take them though? Like be like, sorry, you can't.
That would piss me off because I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep after that.
I know. I like try to keep my eyes closed as much as possible and like feel the
I feel like I
melatonin.
train. I don't know how I train myself not to do that. Maybe really cut off water.
I think you have to pee so bad in the morning, though, is because your kidneys are in, you know, overdrive working to filter everything out, no matter if you drink water before bed or not.
That's interesting. Now I have to pee.
I know, me too. I really have to pee, but I've had to pee for like the last 5 minutes.
Well, thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's topic. I feel like obviously we can talk about this topic a million times, and we do have another episode on this like at the very beginning of the podcast.
Oh yeah, that's a good episode.
In 2022.
Except the audio is probably not very good.
Yeah, the audio probably sucks, but if you want to listen to more details, feel
And
free to
dog
listen
mom
to that
guilt
episode.
and
Yeah,
more stuff like that.
Did we talk more about puppy blues too?
Yeah,
yeah. Was that a separate episode or the same one? I don't know.
maybe.
Search dog. So
If you guys have specific dog questions, we can like do a segment in our like Q&A too.
Yeah, and then we also have episodes about like starting Instagram with our dogs and making money from our dogs specifically. I think it's called My Dog Pays My Rent. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That was a good
So
one.
yeah, feel free to listen to those. We're gonna keep recording our Patreon after we go take a potty break. And make sure you subscribe to our Patreon if you want to get bonus episodes every week and bonus Q&As every month. Make sure you rate and review our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll see you next week. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.